ALG really saved me. I put all of my success on joining this group. People constantly checking in saved me.
I made so many friends with people that I've never met, but I feel incredibly close to, and I consider them family.
It really is a family. It is a place where you can just be yourself, and there is no judgment. There is no shame. You are so welcome there.
Nobody has to be in this alone. Everybody is either going through or has gone through the same thing at one point.
Let's do this.
Come
the
on,
intro's just such a bop.
My dance skills are so good.
The intro's such a bop.
I love it.
Shout out to Anthony Change. It's the Neon Don. Because to this day, that intro just slaps. Guys, welcome back to another edition of the ALG podcast. As always, I am your co-host, JARP's Journey, JARPS_Journey on Instagram. I am joined alongside my partner in crime, Fit_D-Rock, otherwise known as David Roden. Today's podcast is brought to you by the fine folks at Redcon1 for the highest data readiness. Go to redcon1.com, use promo code T20JARPS, and save money upon checkout. Also, our good friends at Real Good Foods have also given us a promo code. You can use the promo code The Gains in Between. That's the Gains with a Z in between at checkout to save money. All right, cool. That's done. Now let's get down to the real meat and potatoes of this. Guys, David had a really good topic.
I was going to talk some shit. If you didn't give him the respect I deserved, I was be like, hey.
I have to be honest. We've been doing this podcast for 2 years now, and I don't think he's ever had this good of a topic. Ever. I love you, but ever. And for those that really enjoy, personally, my content of me talking a lot of shit, you're going to enjoy this topic. So, David, why don't you tell us what today's topic is?
So, it just kind of hit me when we were talking about the idea. People make weight loss pages, and there's nothing wrong with that. And I want to make sure that's known. There's nothing wrong with making a weight loss page. Obviously, I did it. John did it. But being in this game for 5, 6, 7 years, we have come to realize there are do's and there are don'ts. And I thought it'd be a really good topic to really walk people through the do's and don'ts of building, launching your own weight loss journey type page, whether it's TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, don't care. Same concept applies.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So before we get into the do's and the don'ts, and because I know I'm going to end up talking shit at some point during this podcast, but before we get there, I want to preface this conversation with a question to those who are listening. And that question is, why are you making a page? Okay. Someone just asked this actually, last week I put up a question box on Instagram, and someone asked me, I think the person was about to have bariatric surgery, and basically they were like, I'm a week out, and I really feel like I need to make a weight loss page, right? Just following my journey and yada, yada, yada. So my question to those that are listening, why do you want to make a page? Simple question, right? Why do you want to do this? Is it because you want to inspire others, right? Do you want to help others along the way of your journey? Do you want to kind of be a voice for the voiceless? There's people on this journey that have decided not to make a page, that they follow on personal pages or whatever. Maybe they have a page, but they're not very active on it. And you kind of want to stick up and speak for those people that don't have a voice in the community. Or are you here for notoriety, monetary, go ahead, David, you have money. You could, there you go, monetization. Value. Yeah, you have money. You know how to say that word. I don't have money. And yeah, so why are you here? Why are you making this page? Now it's time for the do's and the don'ts.
No, 100%.
Okay?
That's actually, I would say that the number one is before you go into that process, that question is pivotal.
Very important.
It is the most foundation question you should be asking yourself. And Is this just a personal accountability kind of? I'm basically just online journaling. Great. Okay, that's awesome. Is this? I need to have a certain X amount of followers, or I don't love my transformation, and it's all about getting to 100,000 followers and blah blah. We're gonna go into that, but I think that's an extremely important factor, and so
Absolutely.
I want to start out with that don't, because I think we got to hit that really fucking early, which is if you are going into a weight loss page and a transformation page based upon the success of it being how many followers you have, and it's not about your transformation itself, you're fucked. You are absolutely, unequivocally fucked, because you are putting your identity and your value into, honestly, something you can't control. And there's nothing more... it's going to suck the life out of your journey and the quality of your transformation when you think your transformation is only valid if you have 10,000 followers, 50,000 followers, 100,000 followers. And, I mean, being in this game as long as we both have, we've seen it. First off, it's crazy to me how I've seen people with more incredible transformations that have less than 300 followers, and I see people that have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 100,000 followers that their transformation was good, but it wasn't like something absolutely incredible. And it's like that process of putting your significance and the importance of your personal journey of your weight loss in followers, likes, and all that game. Don't do it.
Right.
Don't do it.
You're setting yourself up for so much failure. So like, I have, obviously, being in this niche for as long as we both have, I have friends in this community. In Weight Loss IG, I have a ton of friends. And I have some great friends who are open and honest to me about the fact that they're only in this for fame, notoriety. They're trying to build a brand. And that's okay. If that's your avenue, then good on you. And I hope you do a good job. And I hope that you get to the goal that you want to hit. And then the problem is with those people, like David just said, is that when the posts aren't hitting, when the algorithm isn't working with you, when, there's so many factors, you're going to be miserable. Because I've had friends of mine hit me up, text me, call me, I thought I put up this really great post today and it's not catching the way that I thought it did. Like, I don't understand, like, what is going on? And that right there, that mindset is a terrible, terrible mindset to be in. That is a terrible place to find yourself, because you're holding all of your hard work and value and basing it on likes and follows. And at the end of the day, likes and follows mean dick. Unless you have a sponsorship, unless you actually are making serious money from one of these platforms, likes and follows don't mean a thing at all. And you want to know the people that get famous off Instagram, that get famous off TikTok? It's the ones that aren't looking to get famous all the time. 99% of the time, virility happens by mistake.
Shout out to
and
Jay.
That's the God's honest truth. And that's literally what I was going to say. Shout out to guys like Jay.
Greatest example of that.
Yeah.
Jay did not want to go viral. And then it happened, and he hated it. Like, he hated it. He's like, I don't like this. My page was private, and then I make this page go public, and then all of a sudden, holy shit, I have 500,000 followers, and shout out to you doing the PCT right now, which is awesome. He's killing it. But like, that is, and it's so, I'll be honest, we can think about it within, let's just get, obviously we won't name names here, but like, think about the last year and a half, 2 years of ALG, and as the community got built, we went through phases where people would reach out to us and say, hey, you're only talking or commenting or whatever on people with accounts, and you don't care about me. And it's like, whoa. Have I never not posted back to you? Have I missed a comment from you?
Right.
Have I ever missed any DM from you? Have I done anything to give you my actions? Have they ever actually done that? No, they haven't. So why do you think that just because someone comes in with 500,000 followers that I give a shit that they're in the community more than less than you? that's on you. I could care less if someone with 500,000 followers comes in. I care about the quality individual that comes into the organization, and I care about the results that we're getting. If people get millions of followers from it, great. If people don't get a follower from it, if Doug transforms when Doug transforms his life and he doesn't get the virality, I'm just happy he transformed his life. Like, that's
Changed
what it's
his life.
about.
And he's with us.
That's what it's about. And so it's crazy how even within the ALG community, we've dealt with it, where people have reached out to us and are like, all these big accounts are coming in, and do you even care about? I'm like, that's not what it's about. Like, it's crazy how people can get so caught up in the dogma of, like, you only care about followers, it's only about the likes, and it's like, it's not. And so that's the number one don't. Like, I don't know of a bigger don't than that, to be honest, because it's going to create an emotional roller coaster into your journey. Because for every one viral, there are 1,000 that don't. And so that's not good statistics to think about virality. And number two, if you connect that whole emotion to yourself of your transformation in this followership and it doesn't pan out, I would love to know what the odds of you eating your food back, like gaining it all back. Because no one cares, so I'm just gonna gain the weight back. And that's not why you do it. That's not why you do it. John, I was cutting you off. So what were you about to say?
No, you're fine. You're driving home really good points. And then, like, I know of pages that were, very, very popular, and then the people behind those pages have realized at some point, I lost my spark. You know what I mean? Like, I did the journey, I lost the weight, I maintained the weight. Now what? And I've seen pages, maybe not publicly purposefully say, hey, I put back on weight, watch me lose X amount of weight again, but it becomes a topic of conversation again. You know what I mean? And then again, your whole basis of your journey is based off of being viral. That's not the reason why we are here. At all.
And there's
We're
so
not
many
here for that.
100%. And I'll be honest, I can think of a half a dozen pages off the top of my head of people who went viral early on their transformation, and they weren't mentally capable of holding on to that fame, that drive. It took the best of them, and they crumbled. Like, I can tell you multiple pages and people that happened to. And so just remember, the number one don't is don't create this page for virality, for fame, and for fortune. If
don't
it
put
happens,
the cart before the horse, man. Don't do that.
Just don't do it beforehand.
Yeah.
What's a big do? Now that we got the doom and gloom one, the number one doom and gloom out of the way, what's like a do?
For me, I tell a lot of people this, like, people thrive off relatability. You know what I mean? And I feel like that is a big reason why, and this is not to blow up my own ego or anything, but I feel like that's why I ended up having a following, and a growing following to this day, is because of the fact that I am transparent as shit. Like, I am relatable as relatable can get for a lot of people. Like, I don't want to be cookie cutter. I don't want to tell you everything's going to be okay. I don't want to tell you, whatever. I'm not going to sell you a bag of goods and there's nothing in the bag. So relatability is definitely a do. And just for your own sake, you know what I mean? Again, guys, you're creating this page. Again, remember the questions I asked at the beginning of the podcast. If you're creating this page as a journal for yourself, and there's a chance that other people may read it, wouldn't you want to be as honest and open with yourself, because this is your journal, as you possibly could?
I 1,000% agree. Like that whole process is just extremely important. Be authentic. Like, I mean, that would be a big do for me. It's like, it is fascinating to me that as you're going about this process and posting, your authentic type of post, it depends on the person. Right. Like for example, my authentic self, I mean, I'll do occasional video on foods I'm eating and stuff like that. But for the most part, I know I eat extremely basic. And that's, I don't care about making food super sexy, like for being healthy, like being more lean food.
I understand. Mm-hmm.
And so I'm not gonna put out that like type of stuff. What I find authentic for me is talking about the mindset, talking about the emotional side of things, talking about the science, that stuff I love. And that's about being authentically me, and that's what I'm going to convey as I do my stuff, because that's big for me. Someone like Jay is just super chill. He is one. What's up, guys? This is how I did this, and this is what I'm doing right now. Keep killing, and then that's all. That's him.
Yeah, but see, there's a difference. There's a difference. I like when Jay does. This is a meal that I eat, and this is the macros in it, and I ate this meal, and it was on my journey. And it's a reason why, it's a building block as to why I'm here.
Yep.
What I don't like is, and what I don't give a shit about ever, is when someone goes, okay, it's Tuesday, Wednesday, I'm going to do a whole day in my stories of what I eat in a day.
Oh,
okay, guys, this is what I'm going to do now. We're going to do what I eat in a day because, one, you planned it out, right? So, like, how the fuck do I know that that's really what you eat in a day?
Yep.
If you dedicated time, space, and content to this, I don't believe you. I don't believe you one bit. I just don't. You know what I mean? And I don't give a fucking rat's ass what you eat in a day. Ever. Don't care.
But that's you. I'm gonna push back there, because like there are people out there that they need.
No, yeah, that's a me thing. That's definitely just a J-ARP thing.
Okay, yeah, because I'm like there are people out there like they just need inspiration on trying to find foods that work. I don't know. I know what you're saying though. But again, it's the authentic thing to me.
Mm-hmm. I just don't care about your Faja yogurt and your fucking blueberries. All right,
and don't fake it. Like this goes into a don't. Yeah. But like, if you don't eat a certain way, don't portray that you do. Like I think there's something huge and very important in the truth wins in the end, and it's like that whole process of just like you eat X, Y, and Z, but it doesn't get you the post, so you post A, B, and C to give the perception that you eat X,
absolutely,
A, B, and C. It's like me, like I don't make a lot of food stuff because I eat literally I make a video going I eat 2 eggs, 10 egg whites, the 2 low carb, high fiber tortillas, and I put some salsa on top, and it looks like all right,
dude. If I did what I eat in a day, it would literally be I wake up, I have black coffee, I don't eat till 1 o'clock, I have 2 meals with 6 ounces of chicken and whatever ounce of rice, and then I have dinner. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
Have a good one.
Like, you know how boring that would be? Ask me what I eat on a weekend when I'm kind of like more free and like not giving a shit, because it's, I build up my week so I can have a little bit of fun on the weekend.
Yep.
Then we can have an interesting conversation. You know what I mean? But it's not the conversation people want to have.
And, but then there are pages out there that, especially on TikTok, I've been seeing. Like, I mean, obviously, I have like Zach Cohen. He's been on here, and his whole brand is how do you make great tasting food, hit your macros, hit your calories, and hit your price point. And so that's what he does. And so like that again, that's authentic to him. And there's other people out there, I will admit, I respect the shit out of. There's a couple different social media TikToks I follow of guys who've lost 60, 70, 80 pounds, and they make the dankest food. And I'm like, if I cared enough, that's dope. Like, I like that.
One of my favorite people on Instagram, I've had such a relationship with him over the last 6 years. Zach, the flexible dieting lifestyle guy. I don't know if people follow him. He has like the protein cookie butter, and he just posts these like incredible things that he makes, and he breaks down the macros and everything. I like that. That's cool to me. But like, he's a ripped dude. He's not talking about losing weight. He's not his basis is this is what he does for a living. These are some really cool foods that he has. He has a cookbook. He has products. Like, that's cool. I like that. For me, it's just like, I don't give a fuck about your bumblebee tuna and your fucking half a scoop of fucking Greek yogurt. I don't know. I don't care. I'm sorry.
I got in the middle.
I love what you're putting out, but yeah. All right, give me a fucking. What did we just do? A do?
We just
Give
did
me
a do. We got another
Give me a
don't. I'm gonna say don't do this, but be careful. Just falling onto every trend and doing them for the sake of doing them.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care what it is. Like, just be careful. Again, hitting a trend from time to time because you vibe with it, great. Just being
When you say trend, what do you mean?
Maybe it's like the push-up challenge, or
right, yeah, absolutely.
Or it's whatever, and then there's this challenge, and there's that challenge, and there's 50 challenges later. And the issue I have with it is, again, it's like, it's about building a healthy and happy, sustainable habit for yourself. And the page is about your journey. And if your journey is about being hijacked by everyone else's trends, and you're just the trend guy, you're having a really hard time building your journey. And, like, doesn't mean you don't have fun every so often, and, like, you do a push-up challenge because you just feel like doing a push-up challenge.
doing it.
But if all of a sudden, like, I've been seeing, like, there's like 15 challenges going across Instagram, and you got push-up one this, and standing squats this over here, and you have this one over there, and it's like you get tagged 6 times. Like, I'm not fucking doing 6 of these different.
And then I'm going to the gym later.
And then I'm going to the gym later. Like, I'm not doing it. I'll do 1 or 2 maybe, but I'm not doing them all. And so be careful.
And also, it doesn't make you a bad person, by the way, if you don't
100%.
do that. Like, if it don't feel, because I've been there. I've been caught in that loop before of doing these fucking stupid challenges, especially when COVID first hit.
Mm-hmm.
Don't feel like you're less of a person if you don't participate in those challenges. There's literally nothing that will make or break your journey because you didn't do XO cutie fucking skinny girl fucking wanna be fit underscores push-up challenge. Like, it doesn't. It's not going to do anything for you. It might make you build healthier habits. It might make you master your form a little bit more because, believe me, you do a push-up challenge and you do it a little fucked up, you're going to have 97 million DMs telling you why you did a push-up wrong. And all of a sudden, everyone's a drill sergeant. Everyone's a drill sergeant after that. And they've all
Keep your elbows in.
Yeah, everybody. And that's why I don't do those, because I don't really care about what anyone thinks about anything that I do. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I was always told, oh, you gotta do the Stairmaster for cardio. It's the best. I've been on a Stairmaster one time, and I don't like stairs. You know what I mean? Like, fuck out of here. You do not need. Oh God, it's starting.
All right, switch. Pivot. You're doing a do. Give me a do. Give me a do.
Give me a do. Give me a do. Give me a do. A big do. A big do. Honesty, I mean, I know that goes with what I said before about, like, relatability, but again, honesty is, like, a huge one, too. If you are, like, 75 hard, let's just say. You know, I know people that have done 75 hard, and because they're doing it for Instagram, they were not very, like, open about when they fell and failed from 75 hard. You know what I mean? As if you have to prove a point by, you know, completing 75 hard in one shot. Stuff like that. Just being open and honest. You know, a lot of these do's are definitely going to be more like kind of the same, you know, in the same ballpark, and the don'ts are going to get really good. But, like, honesty. If you are a bariatric surgery page, okay? This is a big one. If you are a bariatric surgery page, or you're not a bariatric surgery page and you really had bariatric surgery, be open about it.
100%.
You'll probably have a better response by you being open about it than you are closing yourself off to that whole entire community.
Yep.
There's no reason to beat around the bush at all. You know, it's.
Did you like my video today on that?
I did. I have to be honest. When I made that comment about, you know, you missed a perfect opportunity to use my photo, I really thought that you were going to be like, and this is my business partner, and he did yada yada. But, you know, you don't care. If it went on TikTok, you don't give a fuck.
Honestly, though, so I'll be honest. So as soon as I did that video, I put it on Instagram, and my TikTok video is only at like 14 views. I think TikTok's about to ban me again because I got banned 2 days ago for making a savage comment. No, 2 days ago I think it was because my shirtless before picture made it look like I was probably a naked chick, and so they flagged it. And then I appealed it and I won, but they still banned me for a day
Congratulations.
because yeah. But then, so I was just banned 2 days ago, and then I post this, which is basically almost like a bullying piece because I told the guy to eat a bag of dicks. So I guess TikTok can call that bullying. So we'll see if
I put the word fuck in plain English on a reel yesterday. I'm still waiting for Instagram to realize that has happened. I'm in
Is
really
that against?
good stats. Can
you not cuss?
I don't know. I'm being very
probably
sarcastic when I say I think they're going to get mad, but I feel like they are. But I did just find out that people think that because I have, X, Y, and Z amount of followers that I know all the ins and outs of everything. I just found out that you could check if you're in good standings with Instagram or not. And I did yesterday.
How do you do that?
It's in your insights. I'll tell you when we get off air.
Okay.
When I posted it, somehow I found that you could do that. And it literally says in my thing, you are in perfect standing with Instagram. You have never done anything wrong. You've never went against community guidelines. And I'm just like, yeah, wait till whoever my
challenge
fucking Instagram, yeah, my Instagram agent is going to be like, oh, well, what happened here?
That's funny. I think a good do.
Honesty.
Honesty, 100%. A good do is post. It's kind of like it's just a recommendation, but post as little or as much as you want.
Oh yeah.
Like post as little as much. If you want to post once a week in just an update form, sweet. If you want to post freaking 6 times a day, just do you. Because again, if you're doing this as an accountability for yourself and people happen to just vibe along with it, whatever is going to help you stay accountable, build discipline, raise
Absolutely.
your standards, that's all that matters. So do you when it comes to posting strategies. Like, let's be honest. Some people post 5 times a day. Some people post once a week. And
I used to post hundreds, I'm not kidding, hundreds of stories every day.
I used to be like that
get
too.
complaints about it all the time. People used to DM me all the time. I don't want to see your stories anymore. Unfollow me. It's
Unfollow
the
me.
craziest thing about Instagram. Unfollow me. And I used to only post like once a day, on a solid timeline post. And now it's just like, if I feel like I want to say something or I get a cool idea or like something's going on in my life, I'm going to fucking post it. I don't give a fuck what it is. As long as it's not like 10, 11 o'clock at night, because I'm not on Instagram at that point in time, because I've been trying to limit kind of being on Instagram all the time. You know what I mean? Getting married and stuff, I kind of got to break those habits of being on the phone all the time. But like, yeah, but yeah, post as much as you want. Post the same picture all the time. Who cares? Like, if you post the same before picture all the time, God bless you. It's your world.
Oh my gosh.
It's your world.
I get people
but
say
now
that all the time.
I am gonna talk to the people now who are in it for creating a brand, right? Because I don't want people to think that's a terrible thing, because it's not a terrible thing. But like, people want to see relatability, right? People want to see honesty. I just threw my pencil across the room. Ignore that accidentally. People want to see honesty. And people want to see a mixture of content, right? Those
True.
are for the people that are here for the virility of it all.
True.
Okay? Not talking to the people that are here to help others. Not talking to the people that are here because they want to just talk about their journey and their hard times and stuff. But if you are here for that and you're building a brand, be different because of the fact that it's all been done before. Everything that you could possibly do. Unless you're coming on Instagram and you're like jumping through hula hoops of fire and like weighing out chicken and rice at the same time. It's been done before.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I have to say to those people.
Yeah, and I'll say while you're getting your pencil, I'll say
I don't even know where it went.
I heard it. You got launched it. I don't know where it went, but it went long ways. It's actually it's right here. I got it. It's right here.
That's all right. I have another one right here.
This is what I'm going to say. This is a be careful statement. And the reason why I say this is social media is addictive, and it can hook you because it can get the best of us at all times. The likes, the followers, and the comments. It feels good. It does. And so what I'm going to say is be careful that when you get a post that goes somewhat viral, and I don't care if it's good or bad, one of the things that can happen, and I've seen it happen time and time again, people get caught up in misery loves company, okay? and you make a post on why everything's turning to shit, and you get 40 comments and 55 likes, and you're like, oh my gosh, people care. And then it's crazy because now you have this little chirp in the back of the head going, every time things go bad, people tend to support me more. And now it's like you start to self-sabotage. You start to do these things because when things get worse and I talk about it, I get more support. So the more I get bad, the more support I get. So be careful. I've seen so many pages where people get caught in this spiral and they get this positive reinforcement through talking about how their struggles are there, and then they get caught in this loop. And it's like then it goes from this problem to this one to this one, and now there's the problem person, and you get stuck really fucking quick because whether you understand it or not, you get hooked on telling everyone your problems because you get the most support. And I hate to say it, in the middle, most people don't tend to glorify you in the middle. People will support you when you're in your worst, and you get sometimes praise at the top. And so you get incentivized to almost be in a bad place on social media. And so be careful. Be careful.
Don't be that guy.
Don't be that guy. Don't post. Don't just get caught in this loop and just like, my life's horrible, woe's me.
Yeah. And not even because it's like seeking attention. It's just like, you become the vibes that you put out. So if everything that you put out onto social media and into the universe is, woe is me, fucking life sucks, blah, blah, shit's gonna suck.
It's gonna suck. You're gonna find
it's
it.
It's gonna be really bad. Like, it's, you attract what you speak. Another one that I wanted to say that just slipped my mind because I got very hyped just now, was, who you are on social media needs to be a mirror image of who you are in real life. Because when you turn off that phone, just remember that there is a whole world that we actually exist in and live in and like have to operate in. Like that, what goes on that phone, on that tablet, whatever, that's fake, you know, to a degree, you know what I mean? Like, I have real friends that I've met on Instagram that I hang out with in real life, but like a lot of that bullshit on there is fake. And if you keep it real, you will attract realness, which goes back to the don't fall into the woe is me mentality. Like, you need to be as authentic as you possibly can be, whether you are in it for fame and fortune, whether you're in it to help yourself, help others. Just remember that you need to be real. Like, you need to really like support the shit that you're saying online all the time. Don't put on a show for others. Don't ever put on a show for others. Like, I know pages that, you know, they are so anti-skin surgery online. I love my skin. I love my stretch marks. I love this. I love that. And in real life, I'm getting DMs and text messages. I hate it. I need to find a doctor. I need to save the money. I need to do this. I need to do that. It's, you know, I have such body dysmorphia. And yet, 2 days ago, person XYZ just made a post on how much, you know, they don't get the body dysmorphia and they're so happy with their skin and yada, yada, yada. So be who you are, because if you do get a following, what comes with a following is followers. And then people will copy almost what you do, you know, because you are an influential person at that point. And you are influencing people who decide to follow you, as much as I hate the word influencer. But I will say that you become an influential person. And people will begin to kind of do what you do because they think it's the right thing, you know? So you have to be really careful. There is such a thin line that you have to walk when you are in a position, you know, as having a big following for weight loss or anything, you know, whatever it is. And just realize also, like, it can all be gone tomorrow. The whole thing.
Yeah,
you know?
and it's, I mean, that's huge. And then this is kind of like a do and don't in between. And this is gonna piss some people off. I actually already know. Don't. How do I want to say this? I want to say from the do perspective and then from the dope perspective. Brand yourself to your journey of living a healthier and happier life.
Right.
Don't brand yourself to a how. Meaning,
Oh yeah, okay.
Meaning, you may not know exactly how you're going to lose 150 pounds, transform your life. Is it going to be P90X? Is it going to be walking? Is it going to be sprinting? Is it going to be running? Is it going to be jogging? Is it going to be strength training? Is it going to be keto? Is it going to be paleo? Is it going to be carnivore? Is it going to be, and again, even when it comes to having surgery is a tool. You should be transparent about it, but it's still not the reason why you transform your life.
Yep.
And so be careful creating an identity and a brand around one specific how. For example, keto. Like, you may be doing keto for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. And then you go to the doctor, and not everyone has this, but I'm going to convey the point. Their cholesterol and triglycerides are through the roof, and their doctor says, if you don't get off fucking keto,
Yeah.
you're fucked. But you're the keto guy. And now it's like, I'm the keto guy. And it's no, you're a health and happiness guy. And if you happen
Right.
to do keto, great. If you happen to be vegan, fantastic. If you happen to be the carnivore, great. But be careful on creating your brand and identity in the how, because the how can change. Like, if you're a runner, if you're a runner and then you break your leg and you can't run anymore, you got to be able to
You're not
pivot.
a runner anymore.
You got to be able to pivot, boy. You got to be able to turn into I'm the strength training guy that stays off his knees because my knees are fucked. And you got to be able to pivot. And if it's truly about health and happiness to you, you may, crazy enough, have to pivot in your journey. So it makes it that much more difficult to make that shift when you create your identity in one specific how.
Yeah.
I know people are not going to like that, but that's my opinion.
Nope. That goes for everyone. The vegans, the vegetarians,
Across
the
the
keto
board.
people. Across the board, man.
Across the board.
J-Arp's journey has been the guy who started his weight loss journey and didn't have surgery and lost a bunch of weight, and then had surgery and lost a bunch of weight, and then, tore his meniscus and then didn't go to the gym anymore, so he wasn't a weight loss guy anymore, and then broke his back, and just so many things, but I would never say that, I'm one thing, ever.
Because,
you know what I mean?
Who's the shout out to, we had him on the show. He changed his stuff recently. He was paleo for a while, and he was carnivore, then he's paleo. He's a big jiu-jitsu guy.
Ben.
Ben! Shout out to Ben. Ben's the greatest example of that. Because Ben
Ben jiu-jitsu
started
now.
off as the paleo keto guy, and then he realized, he was like, no, I need to pivot, because that's not, I don't want to do that anymore. And he went through that phase of I don't know who the fuck I am, because I made myself the keto and paleo guy, and now I'm pivoting, and it's like, am I being inauthentic by pivoting? And it's like, that's why don't do it.
Life changes.
Life changes. It's just a super important part, because that makes the transformation and the change that much harder. Because
Absolutely.
it's like I'm going to be the guy that doesn't get weight loss surgery to lose the 300 pounds. And you are literally biting, clawing, tooth and nailing, and you can't move an inch.
And guess what? You need the fucking
and you
weight
need the
loss
fucking surgery. But since you made your identity, and I'm not getting the fucking surgery, and it's like, just why? Why?
Don't let your ego, control your narrative.
Yeah, it's like, oh my gosh, that happens all the time. Because again, same thing. It's like, that's why I respect the shit out of Ben. The amount of times he's pivoted to just stay authentic. Shout out to you, man, because that ain't easy. Especially when he started getting a following like he did. He started having a following. And all of a sudden you make a pivot like that, and people don't like change. But it's like, no, I'm just being me, man. I'm just being me. All right,
Don't
give me a
lose
do.
yourself in this bullshit. Do. Or is that a do not? Don't lose yourself in this.
Don't lose yourself in this. Do.
Yeah.
That's a kind of both.
Do or do not. There is
It's
no
always
try.
it's like the warnings. Like the warnings are not do's or do nots. They're just like warnings.
Right. If you smoke and you're pregnant, your baby will be fucked up. Yeah. If you post with ego, you will get a bigger ego. And someone will come along and pop that ego.
That's a whole kid.
Yeah, you know what? That's a good one too. Like, don't post out of ego.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Don't ever do that.
I think it's a super important one because a lot of people in a lot of industries, this isn't just a weight loss thing, but if you're in the midst of your journey, and even if you get the cult following, you're going to get DM'd a lot.
A lot.
And with getting DM'd a lot, and you're in the midst of your journey, and you're not there yet, and someone asks for help, it is okay to say, I don't fucking know. And it's okay to not give advice.
And it's okay to not always answer. Yeah. I know like a lot of people get offended off that, but I can't always answer. Like, I'm just speaking for myself right now. Like, one, I can't always answer. Two, I forget to check my DMs. Like, I know that sounds really stupid and like arrogant and fuck you, but like, I don't. I really don't, unless I'm having a ongoing conversation sometimes with somebody and I'm paying attention to that, because I'm very like tunnel vision when it comes to a lot of stuff, and I do the same thing with my texts. You know what I mean? People get so mad at me, my friends, my family, people on Instagram, when I don't answer my texts. I have fucking 500 unopened text messages because of this.
You're one of those guys. I mean? Damn it!
You want to know how many text messages I have right now?
I'm literally the exact opposite.
I'll tell you right now. Oh, today's a low number. I have 404 unopened text messages right now.
404. I can't do it.
I have just in one email account, I have 29,000 emails that are unread.
That's emails. It's a whole thing itself. I have zero. I have no non.
Like I'm a red dot god.
You're so bad. I can't do that.
I am. And you know what it is though? It's taken over my anxiety now.
100%. That would drive me nuts.
I'm just afraid all the time when I look at my. Oh,
that's so bad.
And that's why I don't answer shit either sometimes, because my anxiety.
That's so funny.
Yeah. Yep, absolutely.
No, because I mean, oh my gosh, I think that game of when you're getting DMs and you're in that process and you're in the midst of your journey, and I think there's nothing more powerful than saying, hey, I'm still figuring this out myself. Give them resources. Say, hey, this is who I follow. This is someone who has great advice. This is what I'm doing right now. But there's a lot of people that give poor recommendations or like teachings because they're still in the middle of it. And it's like, you're still learning, brother or sister. And it's like, it's okay to be like, hey, I don't have the answer. Like,
and also like, just because a page might be verified or a page has, a K next to a number doesn't mean that they know what the fuck they're talking about. Ever. So don't be one of those people, because it's stupid and it's not good. It's not fun. It's not good, because I've literally watched popular pages, people that I've had respect for, turn around and say some fucking ass backward shit that I know that they know is not true, and they only post it for likes. And it bothers the shit out of me.
I got one.
Like, we have the same one, I think. The same one.
Well, mine was just going to be. It was just going off the brand deals and stuff. I was just going like.
I thought. I'm sorry. I was gonna. I thought you were gonna finish that thought. But like,
no, go into yours.
No. I mean, I won't say who, but when I say what it is, you'll know who I'm talking about. Very popular page. Spot training certain areas for fat.
Oh, hurts my fucking soul.
It really bothers the shit out of me
when
because
someone
of the
points
fact
at
that
their
I know
abs.
that they know that that's not a real thing. They know that. They're sponsored by a major protein company, supplement brand.
Yep.
Like, they have it. They're there.
Yeah.
And they're fucking
and they're
online
still bullshit.
saying bullshit. And it bothers the fucking shit out of me.
Yeah. Yeah, it
because
drives me nuts too.
I have been the person who was like, oh my God, you can spot train certain shit when I didn't know any better.
If I do knee ups and some crunches and my stomach's gonna get smaller, they lost 100 pounds and they have abs, so it must be true.
From the people that have 2 followers to the people that have 200,000 followers, you are an example to somebody. If you are on social media, if you allow people to follow you, you are an example to somebody. Set a good example.
Don't say bullshit.
And if you have the fame, you have the notoriety, you have the sponsorships, you have the nice car, you're making money off of stupid shit you post on Instagram, don't be a fucking loser and an idiot and post that you could do stupid shit like that.
Yeah.
That's just my point of view. That's just me. What the fuck do I know?
You fast. You got a little fast there.
I did. I got a little sassy there.
I think it's super important, this one. So you go viral. And somewhat. Like, I mean, it could be 1,000 followers, 5,000 followers, 50,000 followers, 100,000 followers. You go viral. You start getting emails. I get emails for brand deals
I get the craziest shit.
all the time.
Yeah.
99% of them, I look at the base, I see what they're doing, and I'm like, I don't even want free product from you. Like
Nope.
I don't even want the feeling of I'm taking advantage of them for free product. If I don't believe in what they're doing, I don't want it. I would say don't just say yes to every single person, every single company that hits you up for a quote unquote brand deal. Like,
right.
Hey, I'll give you this free product. You post on your social media about what you think about it. And it's if it doesn't fit who you are as a person, if you think it's just stupid, you can say no. I know it sounds crazy and I know you want $30 worth of free product.
Yep.
You're better off saying no than getting something you don't want and in the back of your head, and you didn't make the post you said you're supposed to do. And in the back of your head, you're going, well, shit, I said I would do this and I'm not doing it. Just say no. Like, you don't have to say yes to all these different free product deals and all these, when businesses reach out to you. I've only said yes 3 times.
Yeah, I've only said yes like a handful.
3-4 times in 4 years of getting emails.
And I've gotten cool stuff. And I've posted about that cool stuff.
Yeah.
And it was an honor to get that cool stuff.
Exactly.
But then I've gotten some fucking crazy ones, like crazy bullshit. So the best are the ones that, like, it's just, that it's an Autobot. And, like, there's one in particular. It's a brand that starts with an A, and they hit me up all the time. And they're like, you would be a great ambassador for this. And then you go and check the products, and it's all women's products. And it's just like,
oh, yep. Oh, when
hey, bud.
DMs for that, it's just so funny.
Hey, bud, I don't have boobs anymore because I had those chopped off, and I still have a penis. So I don't know how that's going to look in your, summer 2022
your summer
line.
2020 Spanx line.
Yeah. But yeah, and then
That's
so like
funny.
now I impose a question again to our listeners. If you don't go viral, if you don't have any posts that really catches on the way that you think it's going to catch on, then what? Are you done? Are you never posting again? Is your journey over? Are you giving up everything that you've worked so hard to do, so hard to accomplish because of the fact that people that don't even matter aren't liking your posts? They aren't sharing your stuff. They're not DMing you. You're not getting the brand recognition. You're not getting shouted out by pages. You're not having the deals on the table. Listen, it happens. I don't have a brand sponsorship. That might be by choice. That might be because I'm not good enough for one. But at the end of the day, I don't care. You know what I mean? Would I like to be sponsored by a cool company like a Ghost or, I have a kind of a deal with Redcon, but I'm not one of these like athletes. Not like my boy Poro. Poro lives and dies by Redcon One. But he should. Their products helped him a lot. I didn't have that. And I don't care about that. But you can't walk into this with that mindset of I need XYZ company to see me, to know me, to sponsor me, to endorse me, because that is the pinnacle of my journey. No, the pinnacle of your journey is changing life, being healthy, being able to live to see your kids, your grandkids, your nieces, your nephews, whatever. That's the pinnacle. That's the top of the journey. Ghosts don't care about you.
No.
Redcon don't care about you.
It works the same way too. At any point in time, if you do get the virality and you don't like it and it's not good for you, you can delete it. Just delete it. Just delete your account. Again, this idea like you have to become like a martyr. There's a lot of people that do that too, and I don't understand it. They become like a martyr to their page, and it's like they built this, and now they're trying to hold on to something that's not them anymore, and they're pivoting, and At any point in time in your journey, if you start a page and you are finding out that it's doing more damage than good, delete it. I think, and this idea that you need a page to be healthy and happy and lose hundreds of pounds, it's not true. I find it fascinating. Now that John, you're what, 6 years in, 7 years, and I'm 7 years in, 8 years in. Saying the stories we have long enough, saying our weight loss journeys, the amount of pages we've seen, the amount of people I've seen and talked to just because of, in general, my story coming up.
Right.
There are a lot more people that have lost hundreds of pounds than you think.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, my
That have never
gosh.
said a fucking word.
That never made a Facebook post, that never made an Instagram post, that never made a TikTok. There are thousands of people that have lost hundreds of pounds and have been maintaining it for years.
They don't give a shit.
And they don't give a shit. And
They live
don't
a great
do
life.
it.
They do.
And they have a great life. They have a great life. And they
don't get involved in Instagram drama because it don't exist. They don't get involved.
exactly.
Like, they don't care.
Holy shit! I will never. I still respect the show. This was like 3-4 years. It's pre-COVID, so it was at least 3 years ago, which is scary to think. This woman hit me up on Instagram. She didn't have any posts about her weight loss, and she was like a mid-70-year-old woman. And she hit me up and said, "Hey, you're an inspiration. Just so you know, X amount of years ago, I was playing with my grandkids, and I had some chest pain, and it freaked me out. And I got so scared I wasn't going to be around for my grandkids that over the next 2 years, I lost 200 pounds naturally."
Yeah.
And I was like, "And you're not talking about this shit?" And she's like, "Nah, it's just about me." And I'm like, "Fuck yeah." Like, that is awesome. And so it's like at any point in time, if you're in the midst of your page and you're like, "This is not good for me," don't make your identity your weight loss. You don't
Absolutely
fucking have to. Like,
absolutely.
Gosh.
Well, you know, like there's huge, like we said it a billion times in this podcast, but there's people with better success stories than us that have more
100%.
followers. You know, perfect example. If you guys are a part of the ALG community and like you come on the calls and stuff, you all know Dean. Dean lost 400 fucking pounds.
Dean is the
400
greatest
pounds.
example of like someone who has the most mindfuckery story that doesn't get the.
And Dean's going to be on this podcast.
Yeah,
soon. We just have
Dean's
to
gonna
iron
podcast.
out when it's going to be. But like, Dean's story deserves to be shouted from the mountaintops, and he gets no notoriety for it.
Yeah, I mean,
And I think a lot of that is because he doesn't want it. You know what I mean?
he's just unique. I love
and
him to
he's
death,
unique.
and he knows it too. He's unique, and so
Yeah.
it's not like that. That's what it comes down to. And so
But
how you do
400
the messaging.
fucking pounds. How many people do you know that lost 400 fucking pounds?
And I gotta say it, and it doesn't make it worse. I just want to make this like he lost 400 pounds without any surgeries at all.
Yeah, nothing.
That's
nothing.
Fucking and no
personal trainer?
keto,
Yeah.
no personal trainer, no keto. Actually, he went to a gym, so like he may have had a personal trainer once or twice.
Well, yeah.
But again, like he didn't go keto. He didn't do some hoity-toity nutrition plan. To be honest, he always talks about it. He just eats less of the foods he enjoys. Like instead of having 2 pizzas, he had 1.
Right.
The
Yeah.
motherfucker was 700 pounds. He's lost.
His answer to weight loss is,
400
I
pounds.
don't eat like a 700 pounder anymore.
And his whole thing is like, you know what? I'll get my favorite food, and instead of eating the whole thing, I'll eat half of it, and then put the other half in the refrigerator, and I'll eat the other half tomorrow. And I'm like, you're a fucking man. Like, you are,
Yeah.
like, it's incredible. But he doesn't get shit for accolades on social
No.
media for it.
Nothing. And it's so terrible. I mean, in my opinion, it's terrible because I really do think that he deserves way more notoriety than he has. But like, if you saw, did you see his comment on something in ALG? I think it was last night about like
Oh, the book he
driving. Well, no, like he made a comment and it was like, you know, driving past like certain places that he would want to have food, but instead he would get like a small ice cream from like BK.
I don't
Instead of
understand.
having like a Whopper. So like let's just say, for example, you know, his meal was like a couple of Whoppers and, you know, onion rings and fries in the works. Just, you know, not eating that anymore, but still wanting to feel like alive and, you know, doing stuff that normal people do that aren't on a weight loss journey, he'll go to the drive-thru and order a small vanilla soft serve. He still went to Burger King. He didn't have, you know, 2 Whoppers, 3 Whoppers, whatever. But he was there. He got something that he liked, and he went on with his merry way. And I think that that's so honorable and just like a great way to think of things. You know what I mean? Because there was times in my life where like my family was going to a place that I loved the food at, but I was saying no to the food because of the fact that I can't have that right now. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited. Dean is like one of the number one people who watches the entire episode. So there is no question.
That he's going to see this? All right, hey, what's up, Dean?
He's going to see this, and he's going to comment, and he's going to have some unique comment, and it's going to be so much fun. But like, oh my god,
he's probably going to tell me how I butchered whatever he said on the ALG thing about the vanilla ice cream, which I can't wait.
But he's going to do it in a poem.
Yes.
He's going to comment in a poem.
Yes.
How you said it wrong.
Yes.
That's
Dean, and I mean this in the most regal way possible. Sometimes I think of you like a court jester, and you're just like.
When he's
on the most
we're on the community
way.
Calls, and he's just like doing his little thing with his hair. He's got a big old man bun. He flips it in front, and he's just like, and I'm like, you're a clown, and I love it. Like,
yeah. So I want to wrap this up. We've been talking for 56 minutes now. This is an episode that I want to leave open-ended because there's definitely way more things to discuss about this topic, the do's and don'ts of making a social media weight loss page. There's a lot more shit that I want to talk about. Like, I want to actually talk shit, real shit, like really get into it. But I think that this was a really good.
Like, we're calling out
caveat
pages?
into this.
No, I'm just kidding.
Maybe.
Why
not? What are they going to do to me?
That's true.
What are they going to do? Get my Instagram deleted? Fight me in the street? Edit that part out, but I don't care.
Edit that part.
Don't edit that part out. Fuck them. So if you've lasted to the end of this podcast, I appreciate you. You can, I guess I'm just going to go through the thing now. You can follow us both. I'm at JARPS_journey. He's at fit_DRock on Instagram. You can follow the Accountable Life Group page on Instagram. That's at Accountable Life Group. You can join the ALG community on Facebook. There will be a link to that in the bottom of this video. Guys, that community is absolutely free. It's always been free. It will forever stay free. We encourage you to join. There's a lot of great people on there. And if you already are part of the community and you would like to access our free Wednesday night call, that call goes down every single Wednesday night, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5:30 Pacific. And to gain access to that call, you have to be in the community to click on the link. Gotcha. For the highest state of readiness, go to redcon1.com. Use promo code T20JARPS. Real Good Foods promo code is the Gains in between. That's the Gains with a Z. ALGcoaching.com. Anything else?